Hello everyone. So in today's video, things are going to be a little different. Usually I'm the one fighting for my actual life, for your entertainment, for peanuts. That's what I get out of it. I love peanuts. Today, the turns have tabled. You're now going to be fighting for my entertainment. So we're going to be watching a replay from somebody in my Discord. There's like a channel in my Discord where you can just leave your replays. So they don't even know that I'm going to be doing this. I'm sure they're going to see this and be like, whoa, David watched and made a video. Yep. And if you want this to happen to you, well, I guess you could join my Discord in the description below and leave all your pain and suffering in that channel for other people to look at as well. So let's get into this battle. This is a Gen 9 Nat Dex battle, by the way. I've literally never ever done this format in my life, and I have no idea what I'm doing or talking about. Oh, Clangorous Soul. That's Quiver Dance on steroids. You just give up a third of your health. Oh, that. Oh, looks like that SPDF boost didn't help at all against our Zapdos' Hurricane without the rain up. What the? Dude, Gen 9's crazy. So in comes Kermit the Frog. Went for a Protean Ice Beam stab. One-shot Zapdos. Dude, the power creep is real. Golding was a funny looking sprite. Oh, look, it's the dude that's like the king of VGC or whatever. And they didn't take any damage from that. They went for Z power. That's a... Oh, yeah, it's Nat Dex. I guess you can just use whatever gimmicks you want. All-out pummeling. I don't know much about Gen 7. That's probably the one I know the least about. Or perhaps Gen 8. So then they bring in Kermit the Frog again. And then get another one-shot kill with this thing. I have no idea what item it has. Obviously not left. Or perhaps choice specs. Hey, that's a goated Pokemon right there. They're going to switch out and... Okay, speaking of goated, I've actually never seen this shiny Pokemon before, Corviknight. This thing looks nice. I don't know what color that's supposed to... Oh, maybe it's Opal? Maybe I made up that stone. I'm not sure. They sent in Garchomp. It got hit by a Brave Bird, did nothing. They bit that thing. Oh, poor Chompy. I mean, I know Garchomp is an expert at, you know, ripping things' faces off, but Corviknight has a massive defense stat. It didn't really do much. So, once again, I bet this Kermit the Frog's gonna get a kill. Wait, no way. Yeah, okay. So, Urshifu, as we all know, is another menace to society in VGC. That did like half. Oh my god. Oh, that Pokemon Toxapex. They don't call it toxic for nothing. That was an abomination in Gen 7. I've seen these videos on YouTube before, like these never-ending battles, and Toxapex is one of the biggest offenders. Ironhead, okay. King Gambit has an interesting ability where the more of the homies that have fallen, the more overpowered and vengeful it becomes. It's kind of like Sasuke Uchiha and Naruto. Just the longer the show went on, just the edgier he got and the stronger he got. Yeah, they were lucky not to get burned by that Scald. I forgot that was even a move. It seems in Gen 9, like, none of the water types have Scald anymore. I'm pretty sure Raikou even gets Scald. So they bring in this poor dead bird on life support. They still U-turned out. I did not know that would happen. That's interesting. Yeah, so, okay, if you U-turn or I would assume Volt Switch or whatever out and they go for Pursuit, they'll still catch you. They went for Dark Pulse? Why you do this? Why? Doesn't it quad resist it? What was that? And you're being withdrawn. They caught you with the Pursuit. Down goes your strongest team member. So all that's left is... I believe that is Tapu Bulu. Oh, it comes in right now. Set up the Grassy Surge. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? In comes Chompy. Close combat. That crits. Beautiful crit. I thought this was a fighting type. It's not. I believe that crit mattered then. It's also life orbed. Can you win? I don't know how fast this thing is. Urshifu should outspeed you, but you resist both its stabs. It went for a U-turn. Looks like they stayed in. What'd they go for? Certainly they went for a grass move. It's going to connect on the Diancie. I cannot believe that just one shot. I thought Diancie had a massive defense stat. What was that? Oh, I see why this thing's called Bully. Very apt name for Tapu Bulu. And it doesn't look like... Yeah, I mean, they can keep U-turning all they want. Certainly they went for close combat, right? Please tell me you clicked it. Please tell me. Please tell me. And yikes. What are you going to do now? That King Gambit... Wait, are you faster? Oh, certainly they're faster, right? Yep, close combat. That should be GG's. You just switch out, go to the Toxapex to eat up whatever Urshifu's overpowered body wants to do. I can't believe that that thing is allowed in VGC. I don't know anything about VGC, but that's a legendary Pokemon. My friend, why they didn't switch? They didn't switch. They didn't switch. Certainly, Toxapex will win the battle. Maybe with a Scald or Toxic. I literally would have just switched, and then. Oh, it must be Bandit. Oh, okay, yeah. So you were cooked. I mean, that makes sense. And they did the thing. The opponent was not having fun. They had 2 minutes left, and what was originally 2 turned into 5, and then they lost due to inactivity. Huh. Okay, let's see the other battles we got here. Okay, let's watch this one next. I selected this one because it's the same person and they're also playing in the same format. So this will keep us in the same ballpark. And by looking at the opponent's team, they've got... I think that's supposed to be like a rain team, but there isn't somebody to set up Drizzle, aka Politoed, and the Toilet Bird. Let's see how this goes. So they got something close to a Toad, and they have... the Seismitoad went Z-Power, Clangorous, Soul. What the hell is that? What? You look like you just actually set off a nuclear bomb, and you don't lose health, and you get this overpowered boost. Now, they went for another one of the overpowered boosts. And don't worry, guys, that Seismitoad was able to connect the Bulldoze and slightly lower the overpowered machine's speed. What? The Mega? It did survive. Are they gonna get a kill? Sleep Powder and Overcoat. Not gonna lie, I mean, if you asked me what this thing's ability was, I would have made the same mistake. I'd be like, Overcoat, huh? That's a weird thing. And that guy just died. I think I know what's gonna happen this battle. Clanging Scales, my bad. Man, that's a very balanced kind of thing. Now they send in Greninja. They go for a Water Shuriken. I believe that's priority. And the Aura Sphere is going to do a little bit of damage to Greninja, and then Poliwrath got punched in the face a lot. And then it looks like our boy Fire Dragon Duck apologized, and the opponent, they did not say anything. They ran away, and that was quite the battle. Let's see the next replay. Since we're watching some formats that I don't usually play, Gen 9 Nat Dex being like the most futuristic format, we're now going to go to the most prehistoric ancient format, being Generation 1 random battles. If you guys didn't know, I used to play this a lot. I literally have hundreds of Gen 1 random battles in a playlist if you want to watch that pain and agony. So we're going to start off with Weeping Bell. They have an Articuno. Good idea to switch into Seal. You don't want to risk missing Sleep Powder. I'm not sure if Blizzard would have killed. It might have survived the Blizzard because Weeping Bell has a high special. Well, they bring in Seal, go for the safe Body Slam. Body Slam's annoying in Gen 1 because paralyzing is very important in Gen 1 because it helps you, control what's going on. That Bulbasaur got paralyzed. It was definitely going to go for either Razor Leaf or Sleep Powder depending on if it had another sleep inducer or not. But it's dead now. They're going to bring in Gyarados. That's not even going to be a 2-hit KO with the Thunderbolt. They go for Body Slam. Okay, we paralyzed the Gyarados. Good. We missed Blizzard. That's not good. That is not cash money. The Gyarados got paralyzed. Cash money. Here comes a Blizzard. It's not going to do too much. It's not stab, remember. Seal is only a water type, but that Gyarados got paralyzed again, and you missed another Blizzard. Man, this is why I stepped away from Gen 1 for the time being. This stuff would drive me crazy. They went for Hyper Beam thinking it could kill. It wasn't. It did do a little bit more than Thunderbolt because Gyarados has a high special. It has a high attack stat. They decided, okay, I'm going to go for Rest with Seal because this Gyarados hasn't been playing the game too much. So if I can get just one Parax, I'll have a sufficient amount of HP. It looks like that didn't happen. Gyarados didn't feel like getting paralyzed. So they go for Body Slam because they also learned that, okay, I'm going to miss this Blizzard a third time. Let's not do that. Who do they send in? Weeping Bell. Okay. I would not have done this. I would have saved Weeping Bell because, yeah, look at that. The Razor Leaf is not going to kill. Gyarados does have a pretty decent special. So now your Weeping Bell is injured, so you might not be able to, confidently put another Pokemon to sleep and soft KO them. That's how overpowered Sleep was in Gen 1. That Articuno is going to easily come in, outspeed, click Ice Beam, and you are dead. They got a Chansey. That's good news. Chansey overpower. I'm imagining they click Thunder Wave. Yep. Bad news is they send in a ground type. What are they going to do now? Switch? No, they stayed in. They must have went for Ice Beam. So they ate up that Earthquake. But I don't think this is a good idea. I think you should switch. Okay, well they just died. I guess they didn't have any switch-ins for the Marowak. I would have ran away because you can, you know, beat up that Articuno. So they sent an Amistar who does outspeed Marowak. Ooh, they sent an Articuno. That's wonderful news. If they sent an Articuno on Amistar, that's code for I don't have a way to beat your Amistar. They got a crit and a freeze. Ooh, yeah, that's a death sentence right there. That sucks. Because of literally what I just said. If you sent an Articuno on Amistar, you know they don't have anything. You know. Or they don't have anything at least to tank the attack. And then the Articuno went for Reflect, and it rested up, and then we just decided not to switch because of reasons. Yeah, I would have switched to hold on to this Amistar as a death fodder. I guess it's not that big of a deal. And it sounds kind of goofy, but it rarely happens, but you could also hold on the Amistar as a freeze fodder. I know that sounds stupid, but it could happen. Two Pokemon could get frozen, so if you just keep one of them who's frozen is you know, basically dead. That's a death fodder and a freeze fodder. So it looks like we're just going to stay in and die. I guess, sure. Certainly we have a plan for this Articuno, right? I'm a little concerned. Who are we bringing? We brought in Drowsy. We must be going for either Hypnosis or Thunder Wave right now. They hit us with a Blizzard. Got a crit. Oh, that's nasty. Thunder Wave, nice. We paralyzed Articuno now. What? Psychic, I'm sure. Yep, Psychic, okay. Special drop, lovely. Drowsy, and they got fully paralyzed. That's good. Drowsy is also faster than Marowak. It might be able to KO it from that range. We got a Geodude here. They went for Blizzard, which survived because of special drop, and we got frozen. This is what I was talking about. and Divorced Dad even said in the chat, just like Dave all over again. That's what I mean, dude. I was just talking about this like 10 seconds ago. Maybe it was like 20 to 30. I don't know. I have a bad sense of time. But did I not speak that into existence? You want to keep the frozen Pokemon. Because you know, sometimes you can just let it die. That makes sense. But the Articuno went for, you know, rest. And actually, that was the perfect time to bring in Geodude. It might have been able to kill Articuno with a Rock Slide because, you know, it's stab, and Geodude actually does have a high attack in random battles. I think that was the best idea at that point in time. Never mind, I forgot. It set up a Reflect, so it would not have died. Well, let me think. Wait, you go for rest, you bring in Geodude the next turn. Yeah, okay, never mind. It would have woken up the next turn, outsped, and then did that because the special drop did not exist yet because you didn't bring in Drowsy at that point in time. So yeah, you were probably going to have a bad time that battle. But at the end of the day, that's why you got to keep the freeze fodder if you can. And then they brought in Walmart Tauros over here. Their team was pretty strong. Don't know. I don't really know what else we could have done. Like that freeze on Amistar was kind of like oof. Because even if Geodude didn't get frozen, I mean they had Kangaskhan and another Pokemon. That's crazy. That was disgusting. Me just watching that battle made me not want to play Gen 1 random battles for a hot minute or two. Again, another hot minute or two. Thanks, everyone, for sticking around. And, yeah, if you want to drop your replays, if you think they were funny or painfully agonizing, you can join my Discord and drop it in the replay channel. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.